So first of all, I'll start with the budget proposal, which we discussed yesterday is pretty much set, but you indicated you would be making some tweaks, especially given your budget expertise and experience. What are you currently looking at ahead of Monday?
So you want me to disclose today what I'm going to announce next Monday, and I'm not going to do that. But nice try.
But you're looking at some stuff.
Yeah, we are. We're looking at a variety of things. Yeah.
Is that one, I will ask it in this way though and then move on. Is this one area, again, given your background, where you could make a bit of a mark just because, you know, that is part of your expertise?
Yes, I have an opportunity to make some minor adjustments, but the development of the budget starts in the spring and is wrapped up about a week and a half before the mayor's presentation. So we're inside that final week and a half window of time. So it's difficult to make any big sweeping changes to the budget. But my area of focus, as it has been on the City Council, will be about the children of Seattle, education, and a few other areas that address the long-term quality of life in our city.
Mm-hmm. And yesterday it was also brought up, but potentially increasing funding for sexual abuse victims. You indicated that there could be news on that front on Monday.
Yes.
Anything else you can say?
Nothing specific at this time.
Okay, but it might be now a priority for this office and for council.
I think yes, but I don't want to suggest that there's some massive change. I mean, we have dedicated police detectives who work on those cases. We have dedicated social workers and advocates who work on those types of cases. That certainly is going to continue, and there may be some additional resources there.
Mm-hmm. So aside from budget, in your mind, what is must-finish business or priorities for the next 70 days?
So I view my role in these 70 days to just make sure that basic city services continue to be delivered efficiently and effectively, that the budget is presented and defended at the council, and it will be adopted while I'm still in office, their final vote. So that's my primary area of focus.
And I've been talking to a lot of folks in the community, both in politics or outside of politics, who are looking for someone to bring steadiness and maybe some calm. And I know that your colleagues, that was a big point that they stressed yesterday. Are you hoping to fulfill, you know?
I hope to be able to do that. I keep wondering if I'm calm myself right now. I've been here one day. And so, you know, why don't you come back and ask me that next Monday?
Okay. Brought some questions from my colleagues who are working on related stories. So you may have noticed, or yesterday was a busy day, of course, but SPOG tweeted that they've been without a contract for more than 990 days. As a former officer yourself, is negotiating a contract or bringing folks to the table something that could happen in the next 70 days?
Well, perhaps. But it's important to remember that the city successfully negotiated a contract with our police union last year. Their board approved it. It was an excellent contract. It was fair. And then their membership rejected it. So this idea that somehow the city government is not negotiating with them, I think is just not accurate. We had to start over after they rejected the contract last year.
Body cameras. That was a program that some say was fast-tracked or rushed by Mayor Murray. Is it something that you might re-examine or make any tweaks to that program? So
the body camera program is being phased in now, and that will continue. I strongly support officers wearing body cameras.
Okay. Now to my colleague Chris Daniels and the topic of his interest. Do you believe the OVG Key Arena proposal is I-91 compliant?
I do, but I think the City Council will also make a judgment about that solves that issue.
And do you know if the numbers have been crunched or analysis has been done to make sure that it hits the right numbers to make it I-91 compliant?
So yesterday, The day I was elected mayor, I sat in on one of the council's committee meetings, because I was still a council member, where we started the review of the Key Arena proposal. So we were just beginning to get into that. Now I've come here, and so I defer to the city council. The previous mayor, Mayor Murray, submitted that proposal to the council. It's now in their court, and it's their judgment to make.
Another Daniel's question, will you push SDOT to forward the Soto street vacation proposal to council?
I've not decided that yet.
Okay. Do you have any vision, or what would you like to accomplish when it comes to the arena in the next couple of months?
So depending on the decision the city council makes on that proposal, while that's important, how that affects Seattle Center as a whole and the uptown neighborhood is critically important to me. And I think if the Key Arena proposal is accepted, it gives us an excellent opportunity to make sure that that neighborhood is able to thrive and grow as that arena is developed. I think there's lots of potential as we work with Seattle Public Schools to site a new high school either at or near Seattle Center. There's an opportunity for a Center for Public Media at a time when the federal government and the president is suggesting that funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and public broadcasting and NPR should go away. I think there's a role for city government to step up and make sure that our nonprofit media voices here that are fair and objective and independent have the support that they need. And I think Seattle Center, which already has several media outlets there, would be an excellent place to cite the Center for Public Media to make sure we have strong, independent, objective media.
Okay. You noted yesterday that the transition will also be a big focus. So we know that Mayor Harrell met with both mayoral candidates and started to talk about that process. What will you be doing in the next couple of months to help with that transition?
So the transition is important, and one of the roles I will fulfill is making sure the office of the mayor is ready to welcome the new mayor and make sure they get off to a strong start. It's going to be a much faster process than normal because of the fact that that new mayor will take office on November 28, late in the day, as opposed to January 1st, which won't happen this time. So it is important that the transition be smooth and that the mayor's office be ready to receive the new mayor.
So looking over, I mean, yesterday must have been a pretty emotional day, given it was your last council meeting. Now you're serving upstairs on your remaining term on the 7th floor. You know, looking ahead, what are some of the things that you're most proud of, and how can you kind of parlay that into this office and finishing your political career for now?
That's a great question. I have thought about that a lot, and I probably would cite the work I've done for children in Seattle. The Seattle preschool program, which when it's fully implemented will guarantee at least a year, if not 2 years, of high quality preschool for all of our 3- and 4-year-olds. That is a decision that can change their lives, and I think that's a great investment. And all the science of how a child's brain develops and how they get prepared to learn supports that. Programs like Nurse Family Partnership, which is a home visitation program for new moms. New York Times calls it the best anti-poverty program in America. Seattle was only the 4th major U.S. city to fully fund that program. The Parent-Child Home Program, which is another home visitation, literacy-based reading program for kids. I think those are the things I'm most proud of because it helps our kids get ready for a strong and fair start in life. And that's been very, very fulfilling for me.
Could we see an executive order in
Well, those programs are in place, so we don't need an executive order. They're running today.
But on a related, similar topic?
You know, I don't think we need executive orders for everything. We just need to get the work done, and we'll continue to do that.
Okay. Any final thoughts or reflections?
I think Mayor Murray letting me help him choose the chief of police, Kathy O'Toole, I think was a huge accomplishment, not just for me personally, but for the city of Seattle. I think that's critically important. Police reform and what we're doing there. And then finally, I would cite my work to make certain that we are spending taxpayer money wisely and efficiently, that we're contracting for outcomes and specific measurable accomplishments, and making sure that we're just using the taxpayers' money correctly is really important to me, and you'll see that reflected in the budget as well.
Okay. Have you thought about life after the next 70 days, or right now you have to kind of focus on?
This has kind of interrupted all of that thinking, but we'll be fine.